Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Tracy. And for some reason, I'm having a little bit of issues going live. I was going to go live and do this demonstration, but y'all, it's giving me some sort of error that I don't have 100 followers. And can we get the group numbers up? Y'all, if you go to the guides tab, first of all, let's just go here. Okay, I'm doing all of that. Y'all help me because if I am dropping all of these tips and tricks and design and tutorials, help me out. Scratch my back and I'll scratch yours, okay? So hey y'all, welcome to Creative Vault HQ. If you are new here or if you skimmed over it, in the group tab, y'all, I have what's called guides. That is where I've been posting a lot of the tutorials and all of the things to help my fellow creators, okay? But help me out too, y'all. We need to grow this group so that I can go live. For some reason, when I try to go live from my laptop, it's saying I don't have enough followers. That's kind of crazy. I don't remember them doing it like that, but hey, it is what it is. So that's why until we can go live, we're gonna have to do pre-recorded. And I know some people like the lives. They like the live tutorials because that helps them a little bit better. So let's help get the group up, okay? So go to your guides tab. First of all, go ahead and click on this link to get your I joined the Creative Vault, y'all. Click on that link, insert a picture of yourself, post it to your Facebook page, and then tag Creative Vault. Okay? Tag Creative Vault and let them know we getting a lot of tutorials over here. Where y'all at? All right? Click done. This is how the guides tab works. Then housekeeping. Okay, again, I say the tutorials. Okay, they're for the free ski, but they're not gonna be for the free ski if y'all don't help me out here. I need y'all to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click the button subscribe. Go ahead and like the Creative Vault HQ business page. It helps me so I can reach more people, number one. And number two, it helps me to grow my business in which I am providing these tutorials. And then invite at least five of your creative friends. And also, Facebook lets me know when you invite them. So don't be cheating and say you invited them when you didn't. Okay. All right. And then, of course, if you ever love the content, the free content that I am dropping, and you want to buy me a coffee, honey, y'all know I love Starbucks. Mm-hmm. That's a PayPal me link if you ever want to just slip a little $5 tip in there for a coffee. That's not required, but if you feel it in your spirit, I won't be mad. Click done. Suggestion box. Okay, I have a hard time saying that word. Closed mouth don't get fed, y'all. Fill in this form if we don't have something that you want to learn. Again, this is a new group that I started. I did have another group and I closed it down only because I wanted it separate from my business brand, my customs business brand. So this is starting from scratch, y'all, and that's why I need your help in building the group back up. So there isn't. I'm going to be doing fresh content, and some of my Shopify videos and website videos are a little old, so I have to edit and re-upload said videos. Okay. Soon I will have approved vendors. I have a printer that I'm actually working on her website. And then once she's launched, I did approve her to be a vendor for printing, for banners and so on. So approved vendors will appear here. Freebie Friday, I will start dropping Freebie Fridays. Now, we're going to start fresh next week. All right, so Freebie Fridays will show up there. And then kind of self-explanatory Canva tutorials, okay, will appear in here. Photoshop tutorials will appear here, so on and so forth. So that's a little housekeeping rule. Help me build the group up, y'all. Share it with your friends. All of these favors that I'm asking you to do are free.com, okay? And of course, when you refer your peoples, make sure to tell them they got to answer the membership questions. I do not allow anyone to step in if they don't answer the membership questions. The membership questions, I did not use Facebook's default membership questions. I was very strategic in my questions. And so that helps me to learn something about you. And it's not just blowing fluff, y'all. I literally have all of your information. I know exactly what I'm not hitting the approve button and then moving on. I actually have listed what my peoples are looking for. Okay. So go ahead and make sure you refer some people and let them know, listen, I just referred you to a great group. They dropping nice gems. Go ahead and answer the membership questions and join me up in there. Okay. Now that we got the housekeeping out the way, let's go ahead and get into this design. So I know a lot of you struggle with design, and so I wanted to with back to school coming into play, and I don't know if some people start in August. We in New York start in September. Some of you may already be in the school year. I am not. I am going to go ahead and make this screen big here. I wanted to just show you how easy it is to do a design to advertise for these composition notebooks y'all doing. So that's the one I'm going to do. And then I'm going to also show you how to put it on your website. Okay. So this is a twofer for the free.com. Can we get some more people up in here? I hope so. So I'm going to go through this kind of quick, y'all. But because it's going to be a video, guess what you could do? You can pause and run it back as many times as you need. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is, and when we go live, we can start doing this more often. All right. I was doing all that chat and I was still in the Facebook group. Okay. Well, y'all got to see it a little bit longer. So I'm in Canva. Now I have Canva Pro, and a lot of you, I'm going to do a Canva basics tutorial because Canva has changed. And I also say this with the Shopify tutorials I do, or any website tutorials I do, these website platforms do change. They add new features all the time. It does not mean I'm going to do a brand new video every single time they roll out something new. I don't have the bandwidth for that, sis. So as new things come out that I find out about, I will do my best to hit you up and say, hey, check out this new feature that Shopify has, that Canva has. But I do teach in Canva Pro. I am a firm believer in, if you are serious about your business, you're going to go ahead and do what you need to do to ensure that you don't have any limitations. And those limitations are, it's $15 a month. Make sure that you create a product that's going to pay for that $15 a month bill. Okay. Like if you want to do a tumbler, create a tumbler so you can pay for that bill and be done with it. And the rest of the month, it's all profit, right? Same with your website. Sell a couple items so you can pay for that. You have to make sure that whatever business expenses you have, you create and sell items to cover those. That's just a glimpse into who I am and what you can expect from me. And this goes for me too. If I fall short in my own business, I have no one else to blame but myself for either not pushing my business as hard as I should or just not doing nothing. Let's go. I'm in Canva. What I'm going to do, I'm starting out with a blank slate. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to elements. Like I said, I am going to do a basics tutorial for my newbies. I know I have some new people in here who are just starting and they may not know too much about designing. I want to try to post something in here every day for you. And side note, another Shopify video is coming. I'm going to change the color of this to black. So I'm going to click on a little dot. As you can see, it's like a sage green. It's really pretty, actually. I'm going to click on black and I'm going to cover the whole thing. Now this, I'm sorry, this canvas is 4 inches by 5 inches, 4 by 5, not pixels, inches, 4 by 5. Okay. Now that I have now black is a really good background because whatever pops of color you put on here is going to really pop. Okay. What I'm going to do, you might see me zoom in and zoom out every now and again. And that's only because I want y'all to see what I'm doing. Okay, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab a texture to put over that. And I'm going to go to elements and I'm going to search textures. You can search texture. You can search, since this is a school design, you can search chalkboard, whatever you want to do. Let's see. I'm probably going to choose a photo. Let's see. I could choose something like this. And even though it's a photo, we can still make it pop like the background is popping, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and rotate that to 90 degrees so that it's even with the rest of the canvas. pull it on out so that by the anchors there. Now you're like, Tracy, why do we even put a black background if you're gonna put a texture? I'm gonna show you. We're layering a design, okay? So what we're gonna do here for this, I'm gonna click on this. This is a photo, so that means in the pro version, we can edit this. I'm gonna go to adjust, and I'm going to mess with the brightness. We're going to turn the brightness up to like 40. Let's see, do it to about 40, 44, 40, whatever, 40. Take the blacks. This is so that it'll pop along with the background. We're going to take that up. See? It's about 40. And then we are also going to turn down the transparency. And again, that's going to be the way for it to blend in. So I'm going to go up to transparency, take that down to about 57. It's actually 67. That's pretty dope. Actually, no. Let me go down a little bit more. Now you can also get different types of textures. You don't have to use the one I am. Here's the thing. We're going to start having design challenges, and I am going to challenge each and every one of you who struggle with designing and how to promote for your business. I want you all to participate. Participation is required, in case you didn't know. I want y'all to participate and post it in the group here. When you try out these tutorials, that lets me know that number one, this is something you needed, and number two, that it has helped you and that I should keep moving forward with these type of tutorials. Now, for this particular design, I am going to showcase the custom composition notebooks, okay? So we have our background. I'm going to zoom in. We're going to go ahead and add some words. What I'm going to do is I am going to, again, because it's back to school, I'm going to go to my text tool. I'm going to add some text. Just put it up there. We'll choose our font in 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and find my fonts. And for this particular design, I'm going to use, I believe it's called Yearbook. Let's see. Yep. Yearbook Solid. I'm going to do back to school. Now that is too far apart, okay? I don't like that gap between the two rows of letters, okay? So we're going to highlight this, and I'm going to go up here. Canva has this wonderful tool that allows you to not only control the letter spacing, but the line spacing to close that gap. So let's close this gap on the letters. So between the actual letters, we're going to do, we'll do minus 19. Line spacing, we're going to do, that's about good. So, and you could do this either way. Let me show you another way you could do this if you want to. I'm going to duplicate that just to show. I should create a whole nother page. You can even get rid of the 2 and do a 2 like on top of this. I'm doing too much. No, we're going to keep it basic. We're going to keep it basic. Okay. If ever you have a font like this that does not allow you to make it bold, the other way to do that is to go to the effects and click outline. Okay. Now, what I'm actually going to do is I am going to turn my text black. You could do white if you want. Actually, we'll do it both ways. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate this design. I know I said I'm doing too much, but I want you to see it both ways. So I'm going to make my text here black. Click on the text color tool. Click black. All right. Now, where to go? Where to go, Tracy? We can find it. Hold on. Now what I want to do is go to my effects, and I want to pick a color. When you're doing a flyer, you don't want your flyer to be too busy and having 10 different colors and not really showcasing what the important information is on that flyer. We use all of these colors, all of these elements, and we take away from the important message of that flyer, right? So I'm just going to choose for this flyer maybe 1 to 2 colors, and we're going to do about 3 different fonts. A lot of people use 50 million gazillion fonts on their flyers. Stop that. 2 to 3, okay? So we have 1 already with the Yearbook Solid. I am going to go to my effects, and I am going to do an outline. We're going to do a double outline on our letters, okay? And I'm going to show you how to do that. So I'm going to click on this little text color here, and I am going to pick from the color wheel like a teal color. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to copy and paste this hex code. This is called a hex code for my newbies, and a hex code is the code to that particular shade of color. We want to be in alignment with throughout the design. We don't want a darker shade of teal here and a lighter shade teal here. Okay, so I'm gonna copy that. All right, I'm also going to adjust the thickness. So this is actually going to be on top. Okay, so I'm going to take the thickness down on this, and I'm going to show you what I'm doing in a second. I kind of went backwards. All right, we're going to do another one. So I'm going to duplicate this and do a white background. And this is where we're going to achieve our double outline. Okay, so this one I'm going to take up to about 73. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this up top. I'm going to position it backward because the teal is supposed to be on top. And we're going to go ahead and put those on top of each other. And there's our double outline. Okay. Now, if you wanted to do it like the other one, like instead of with a black font, you can do it. You can keep it like this, right? We're going to make it, well, remember when I said like for the yearbook solid, it doesn't allow us to bold it. So what you could do is you can go to effects, still hit outline, but choose white again. So it'll make it that much bolder. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to take it up to about 73, 74. We're going to duplicate this, and then we're going to still do our teal. Okay. So effects on the second one. We're going to go to the color picker. The teal is saved right here. And then we're going to take this down to about 37, 38. Let's see. And then we're going to put this on top. So it's like boom, boom, bam. I think actually what would look even better is if we made that text effect on this one. Let's try black as the outline, just to make that teal pop. All right. So that's the white text version. Here's the black text version. And you can see why I might like that, because it pops quite a bit, especially with the white and teal outlines. Okay. Now I'm going to bring in a secondary. Excuse any background noise, y'all. I got my window open, get a breeze in here. We're going to get a secondary word in here, and I'm going to put special. Okay. Now, we haven't done a class on like font pairing or anything like that. But what I would do to kind of counter this bold text is to do like a cursive or script. So what I'm going to do is look for, I actually have one in mind that I love a lot. So let's do Genty, is that? Genty. All right. And everything does not need to be straight up 90-degree angle. You can give this a little tilt, right? All right, we're going to turn this teal. And then we're going to do a outline on this. We can keep it like that. That's actually a nice outline. You see that? But we're going to turn the outline white. Okay. I'm not going to mess around with the how much of this is outlined or anything. I'm going to leave it just like that. And if you want, you can duplicate that. I'm going to duplicate that and bring it down here. So for this one, I'm giving you like two different looks here. For this one, I probably would do the outline black. So go to effects, do black. See, it kind of pops against that white. Okay. It's all about what you don't want your elements to get lost in the design. Okay. So we're going to pull this out here so we can see. This is what we're looking like so far. I'm going to move this up. Okay. So anytime you make a mistake, just hit the undo. I'm going to move special out the way and I'm going to combine. Let's first, I'm going to lock this texture background so that as I move things around, as we build our design, things don't move around that I don't want to move around. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and select these two layers and group them. That is so when I want to move them, they move as one, even though they're two different layers, they move as one. Okay, because I don't have the time to move two different layers. No, we're not doing that. Okay. So I'm going to slide this up to the top as much as possible. I might have to go down in the size. We will see as we build the design. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to get my composition notebooks. Again, like I said, this design is to showcase the custom composition notebooks. Okay. So I'm going to go to elements and I want a composition notebook. Now, I don't necessarily want the composition notebook because I'm going to be showcasing some as part of the flyer design. So what we're going to do is I'm going to grab my designs. Now, my daughter is doing some in the kitchen. These pictures are from her. Too funny. All right, so here are my composition notebooks that I am going to showcase. I got to remove the white background. The actual designs I did not do. I'll put it in the description, but the actual designs came from my girl Javia at Gifted Hands by Javia. All I did was take her design. You can see, y'all better run, not walk, to get it for $4.44. She's got 4 designs front and back. Get while the getting's good. Okay, so all I did was add my daughter's name, and I'm gonna remove background. Okay, and I'm gonna give this a tilt. I love a good tilt, honey. I love a good tilt. So I don't like to see that stuff all sitting up at a 90-degree angle. Let's give some dimension to the design. The second one I'm going to showcase, remove the background, get rid of the whites. All right. And I'm going to give it a good tilt, honey. We're going to move stuff around as I add more elements. And you can even say front and back. Okay. I'm going to position this one back behind. Backward. All right. And then I'm going to add some more elements. Now I need to let the people know what exactly I'm showcasing, right? I'm going to bring up this notebook. I'm going to edit it so we can make the paper a little bit more white. So I'm going to click adjust, take the brightness up a little bit. Okay. Now you're like, Tracy, this is getting a little crowded. Stick with me. Stick with me. Okay. We're going to tilt. I love a good tilt, right? We're going to pull this out. Move it up with the anchors. All right, I don't want it that tilted, and we just need to show some of it, right? All right, so what I'm gonna do to kind of make this stand out, I'm also gonna edit this. Again, I'm gonna click edit, go down to shadows, and I'm gonna do an outline in the same color we've been using throughout, which is the teal. And I did save it, save the hex, so I'm gonna paste it. All right. We can take that down a little bit. We don't need it to be super duper thick, but just to kind of show the separation between the notebook and the rest of the design. I took it down to about 10. Okay. Now we got one. Remember how many fonts did I say you want to limit your design to? About 2 to 3. So we got 1, 2, and for the actual ad of this flyer, I'm going to add one more, a handwritten text. Okay, so I'm going to add text. I'm going to type in hand written. I'm not going to be picky about what it is, but I'm just going to go ahead and grab this one. All right. I always pull these sides in so that it, if I move something else, it doesn't mess around with the text. I'm going to put that at a slant. And again, I'm going to zoom in so you can see what I'm doing, okay? We're going to say custom composition notebooks. I'm going to extend this out. Okay, I'm also going to adjust the spacing between the two lines. Kind of redoing what we did earlier, you know what I'm saying? We're adjusting the line spacing, as well as, again, remember I said if you have a, well, this font actually will let me bold it. We don't have to do the effect, so I'm going to bold it. I'm going to duplicate it just so I don't have to change the fonts. I'm going to keep the fonts the same, and I'm going to go ahead and say front design only. So I know what I'm going to offer in my store. So this is going to be based off of what you want to do and how you're going to offer this product to your customer. So front design only. And I'm going to put the price on the flyer. We're going to say, I don't know, $9.99. All right. We love a good 99. And then we're going to do duplicate. And once again, we're going to do front. Actually, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say customized front and back. All right. And for that one, we're going to say $14.99. So this will include their name, and you can also put that in here. So if I copy this, and I'm going to make it super small, right? Just so that they have no doubt about it in their brain. Can add name, teacher's name, and or room number. Okay. All right. So that is like special or like almost like subheading text. So we're going to make this kind of small. All right. We're going to put this here because it's also going to be in the description of our website. Okay. Then I'm going to duplicate, and I'm going to say plus $2 for the holographic. And because I did this little wavy thing here, I'm going to do it here because it kind of looked kind of crazy to have minus and then plus. So I'm just going to do this little wavy thing. Okay. So this is important information. This is what I'm advertising, right? This is what I want to make sure is in the color that I included in my design. So I'm going to do the same teal, text color, and select the teal. I'm going to leave this one black, okay? I'm also going to make an outline so it stands out on that white paper. Okay. I'm also going to add some doodles. Now, this is a school ad. So, first of all, let me bring down, because see, this is all the information I have. And so I got all this extra space. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this notebook out the way. And the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click above. So now this is where our black letters are. And you can see that because of the purple rectangle around it. So I'm going to click above that, click above it, and then drag it down. I'm going to group these so that I can move it as one. See that? I'm going to grab my notebook again, make it bigger. Okay, I'm going to make this bigger. Let's slide this up a little bit more. You can make this a little bit bigger. How about that? All right, I'm going to tilt it a little bit more. Now let's add some doodles because this is a school thing. So again, we want to make it playful. We don't want to make it too busy. And I have some already here. I am going to change these to a different color only because they're not required elements of the design, but it kind of shows a playfulness along with the theme of the flyer, which is back to school. Okay, like a kid kind of drawing on a piece of paper, you know. I'm going to flip this one, flip horizontal, and then make it smaller. And then bring it down. Let's say here. Or we can put it here, make it smaller. Okay. Now what I did to find those is I punched in doodles and I just found stuff that you can do this. Little smiley face. And I'm going to actually separate the important points of this flyer, which is the pricing and the front, back, and all that stuff. And I'm just going to separate those with these little doodles here. Let's see what else. We can add something, one more thing. Let's look up doodles again. Let's add a little flower. Bring that down here. So it looks like a kid was doodling on the paper, right? Doodling. I want to make sure I was clear in my words. Doodling. All right. So there we go. That is our flyer. I am actually going to ungroup these and make these a little bit bigger. Okay. Because that's the important info of this whole flyer. So I bring it in on the sides first and then I make it bigger. I'm going to move these things around. As you finish your design, that's what, this is what the step that you normally would take so that you can ensure that the message is clear, honey. This is what we're offering. I'll make the smiley face a little bit smaller, a little bit smaller. And then bring this in on the side and then make it a little bit bigger. Okay, make sure it's not cut off. All right, looks good to me. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to position these notebooks a little bit better. You could do it like that, or you could turn them like this. It's up to you. All right, I like them on the side like that. Bring it over here, put it like that. And then I like to add other little elements over here. So I'm going to find pencil. This is some extra. I'm going to get the photo of a pencil. I'm also going to make it teal. And you can see when you bring in the pencil, it has all the colors of the pencil here. I'm going to click on one of those colors, make it teal. And I can turn this sideways. I'm going to tilt it on the side like this and just show the eraser part. Okay. You can also add a crayon over there if you want. But this is our design. Now let me show you how to not only go ahead and showcase it on your social media, but also to put it on your website. Because we did offer front and back, right? And the addition of holographic. So what I'm going to do in true Tracy form is be extra and take it on over. We're going to download this design. I always increase this to about 1.5. People say that this doesn't do anything. It actually does. And I want you to try it out if you don't believe. I have uploaded things to my website when it's just at the basic size, and then I've increased the size and took it back to my website. And it was a difference from blurry to clear. Okay. So I'm going to take it up to 1.5, download, right? If you want to advertise this to your customers, don't just take this flyer and put it on your Facebook as just a flyer, okay? I want you to actually upload it and put it with some copy. That's what we call information about what you're selling and a call to action. I see this a lot when people just post a picture of the product with no copy, no post, no words, just the picture. And we got to stop doing that because people will look at it and be like, oh, okay, that's cute. All right. I'm going to show you in my chat GPT. Let me make it bigger for you. What I would put. Now, I don't get all technical. So for those who are really, really, into chat GPT, I keep it basic. I'm not that well in depth with ChatGPT, but I get it done. Okay. So I'm going to be real to the point with it. Create a social media post for my customers because I have talked to my ChatGPT enough to know that it knows what my name of the business is and it knows what I do. Create a social media post for my customers. I am selling custom composition notebooks for school aged children. Tell her what you charge. My offer is front design only would be what do we say, $9.99? $9.99 each. Or the front and back design with customization includes name of child, teacher's name, and or room number. Okay. And then post benefits, lists 3 benefits of having a custom notebook over a regular store bought notebook, and have them go to my website to grab their, see what it says while I grab my Starbucks. So it says, back to school just got cuter. Say goodbye to boring notebooks at the Mocha Creative. We're helping your kids head back to class with style and personality. Choose from the front design only. Our full custom design front and back includes child's name, teacher, and or room number. Why choose a custom notebook over store-bought? Easier to identify, boost confidence, one of a kind. Ready to upgrade those school supplies? Grab yours now at themocacreative.com before they're gone. All right. And get the little hashtags, add hashtags if you want. Go ahead and copy and paste, y'all. And tell me that doesn't make it better. Instead of just posting a plain picture, put the copy so that they have something to read and why I should buy these. Okay. Now let's head on over to the website to add the product. So what I did for my dashboard is I went to products. I'm going to put in custom composition notebook. I'm going to make this bigger for you. And even in Shopify, they have a description. You can post something similar to what they said, to what ChatGPT said, or you can plug in something different and you can change the tone of the description from expert, daring, sophisticated, all of that. I'm going to leave it as playful because we're dealing with kids and school. Okay. All right. So I'm giving it a little blurb. It's going to generate something a little bit more put together. Okay. Make back to school extra fun with these custom composition notebooks designed for your kids. Bright, unique covers. Let them show off their style and stand out in the classroom. If you don't like it, you can say generate again. I like this one better, so I'm going to keep it. All right. Doesn't have to be rocket science. Just choose something. And then let's upload a picture. Now, I could do a different picture as well, right? I could do something different, and I'll show you in a minute. But I'm going to put that there for now. You're going to choose the collection that this will go to. I have back to school. And the price starts at $9.99, right? Put if you're going to charge tax on this. For compare at price, you can say what other people are charging. And then, if there are other people are charging 12, put 12 there. So it makes it look like you're the better deal. And then the cost per item. Let's just say the cost per item, y'all, the cost is little. So let's just say it costs $2 to make this. And your price is $9.99. It shows that you're making a profit of $7.99, which is an 80% profit margin. That is phenomenal. Track quantity. If you want to limit this to a certain amount, or you plan on going to Walmart and buying boxes upon boxes of the composition notebooks, hey, put in your quantity. If you're going to continue to make them, as long as they're buying them, you just uncheck it. It's up to you, personal preference. Okay, this is a physical item. You can weigh it if you like, if you're going to ship them. let's get to the variants. Add variants. Design options. I'm going to say create. That is an option name or a variant name. Now I'm going to add my variants. I am going to do front design only, front and back design. And I'm going to leave it at that. Now, my next option is going to be the holographic. I'm going to put holographic finish. You can even do a question mark. And you're going to say yes or no. All right. So now we have our design options: front design only, front and back design, holographic finish, yes or no. We know if we add the holographic finish, it's going to be $2 more. If I expand these variants, the front design is $9.99. If they want the holographic finish, it's going to be what? $11.99. Okay. And then front and back design is $14.99. With the holographic finish, it's going to be $16.99. Now I want to show you what this is going to look like on the website with those variants. We can hit view from here. If you're going to track quantity, make sure that you put in the quantity that's available. Okay. So let's just say 10, 10. And if you do not want to track quantity, then you just uncheck that box that I showed you and then it won't show up. And whenever you add something new like this with the variants, always check it to make sure that your customer is going to have a seamless checkout process, right? So you know that the front design, if they want the holographic finish, it's going to be $9.99 plus the $2. Without the holographic finish, it's going to be just $9.99. Front and back is going to be $14.99, right? With the customizations. And then yes, $16.99. What about the names? Am I going to have my customer inbox me the names, the teacher name, and all that other stuff? No. What I could do is go back to Shopify. In the description, you could say, please read, make this bold and underline, and say, if choosing customization option, please leave the information desired. You could do it either at checkout. So if my customer went to go check out, I can click add to cart, right? Check out. I would always encourage you to have the note section in your cart. If you don't normally have a lot of customizable products, because they can leave their information here. But if you do a lot of custom stuff, then you can use an additional app like King Products Variant, Global, and I'll show you that in 2 seconds. So they could put their child's name, teacher name, and room number if they want. And then when they click checkout, all of this stuff will show up on the order page when you receive the order. Okay. Now, if I wanted to, I could also use Optus. I can create what's called a set for that particular product. We're going to choose the product and then search the product. Notebook. Okay, so it's only going to apply to the products that you choose. And let's just say you just want to give them a text box. Enter or list the name of child, teacher name, and or room number. You don't have to make this a required field. And then what I would also put in the placeholder, that's the help text, placeholder text, name of child, teacher name, or room number. No other info will be included. And it says it right there. Or you could put this, actually, let's take that out. We'll put that up here. So save, and I'll show you what this looks like at checkout. Okay, we're going to view it and see it's right here. Here we go. So this is the Optus. I do like this a little bit better because it's there. But like I said, if you don't offer customs all the time, the option to customize, then you could tell them to put the information at checkout in the cart note. So that's how you do that. Now I did want to show you how to make this a legit flyer. I could just use this one. We're going to lock this background. To showcase the different types of notebooks that you offer, what you could do is we're going to leave this back to school here. We're going to change the text back to black. All right, we're going to take this up here. So I'm going to group that. Okay, so it could stay put. All right, so I'm going to grab my notebooks again and make them bigger. And this is what you could do for your website. So you can do this. You can actually do a front, then back. We're going to remove that white part. We're going to remove this white part. BG remover. All right, we're gonna move this over, and you can even tell them front and back. And then I'd even add another cuter element. I'd add the actual, I have another little girl. Let me go ahead and grab her real quick. I have this little girl, and I don't know, we'll see if we can incorporate her. We can make this smaller. Doesn't need to be so in your face anymore. And we'll see if we can't make this little girl pop behind here, or you can put it right here. And then here we'll put, let's get the yearbook font again, solid. We can do front, change this to white so we can see. See, I can't even spell. Don't ask me what that means, y'all. Fribbit. And then we're gonna duplicate and put back. We're gonna make it a little smaller. All right, and this is what you could use for the actual website if you want. I want to keep the fonts in unison. So that could be downloaded and put on the website to showcase the design more. This is more of an ad, but to put this on the website when you have the pricing already set up in the website, you don't need to reiterate the pricing. So I would take the actual design for the website to just showcase and put at the forefront the actual design. So if I wanted to duplicate this, we can even do, see this, I'm taking this to a whole nother level because this was just supposed to be a design tutorial. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, y'all. I give. Okay, this is the boy one. And again, I'll drop in the description Javia's website where I got these particular designs. I did not do these. All right, so we're going to remove background and then back. That's the front, right? And then we'll put the little boy in here, right? That's so cute. We'll even flip it so that, you can even put him behind the notebook if you want to. And then, so I would download these two, right? Put them on my website, download. And meet me over on the website, y'all. So now we're on the website. I can take this, remove, and then just plop in there the designs. And then you can add another variant. This is what I'm talking about. I always do too much. If you have specific designs like this, you can say add a variant, and you can say gender. Add that. You can put boy or girl, or you could put male, female, and then slide that up. Now, when you do that, you're adding a variant, and you got to double check all of these. So boy, yes, girl, no. So you got to change, make sure that the pricing matches. And then this one is boy, yes. Do girl, yes. Okay, so girl, yes. And then boy, girl, no is $14.99. Okay, so let's go to the website and see what it looks like. All right, so now we got our new profiles, and I forgot to show you. And when we change that, we got to change our quantities as well. So let's do that. Copy and paste, and save. Let's go on over to the website, refresh. There we go. So we got the boy front design only. No, for holographic boy, front design only is $9.99. Girl is also $9.99. All right, and then for front and back, $14.99. Girls $14.99. If we add the holographic, it's $16 and $11 for the boy and girl. Okay, yeah. Say what, say huh. Say what, say huh. Y'all drop down below in the comments if this was a true gem, and let me know what else you'd love to see next. I'm open ears, y'all. Till next time. Bye.